If you're looking for the best movies of 2026, you don't have to take my word for it. Thousands of movie fans have already done the voting. Today we're counting down the 10 highest rated movies released this year based on their IMDb scores. Now, a couple of rules before we start. We're looking at movies with at least a few thousand votes. Bound by Betrayal might indeed be a perfect 10, but I'd like a little more than 8 reviews before we crown it the greatest movie of all time. I'm also sticking to English language live action movies. Otherwise, this list would basically be dominated by Indian films and cartoons. All right, taking the number 10 spot in 2026 with a 7.2 IMDb score is the crime drama Tuner. We just talked about Tuner on my Hidden Gems of 2026 video. It's about a piano tuner with unusually sensitive hearing who uses his talent to also crack safes. Tuner was a solid movie that blends genres from drama to crime thriller and even a little romance. It's an intelligent, character-driven movie that shows how painfully loud the world can be for its main character. Leo Woodall was great in this, and if you enjoyed the Riz Ahmed movie, The Sound of Metal, you'll probably enjoy this one as well. It's not a super fast-paced or action-heavy movie, but it's a good watch if you want more of a unique and emotional film. At number 9 with a 7.3 IMDb score is the Netflix romantic comedy Voicemails for Isabelle. I have not seen this one. Rom-coms are not really my thing, but obviously a lot of people liked it. It follows a woman who copes with her sister's death by leaving her voicemails on her old phone, not realizing the messages are now reaching a complete stranger. This is described as a heartfelt romantic comedy that does a good job of balancing humor and genuine emotion. It's compared to movies like The Big Sick and Set It Up, with plenty of feel-good romance and big laughs. If you've checked out Voicemails for Isabelle, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. At number 9 is another movie we recently talked about. It's the World War II drama Pressure with a 7.3. You'll notice a few ties with these scores. In those instances, I used Rotten Tomatoes as the tiebreaker. Pressure is based on the true story of the meteorologists and military leaders whose weather forecasts would determine whether the D-Day invasion could go ahead.
Fate of the war, thousands of lives hinge on this. I need a forecast.
Pressure was an excellent movie if you enjoy those little-known World War II stories. It's not so much about combat, but rather the impossible decisions, clashing personalities, and the race against time. It is pressure-heavy like the title suggests, and features a great performance by the always solid Andrew Scott. If you like historical dramas that keep you on the edge of your seat, I would definitely recommend you check out Pressure. At number 7 with a 7.4 is the mystery comedy The Sheep Detective. It follows a flock of sheep who set out to solve the mystery surrounding the death of their beloved shepherd. The Sheep Detectives is a family-friendly mystery that is in the same lane as movies like Babe and Paddington. It's the type of movie that can be enjoyed by both adults and children, never talking down to its audience. It's a charming and surprisingly touching movie that's a solid choice to throw on for family time. You can find The Sheep Detectives on Prime. Then at number 6 with a 7.5 IMDb score is the biographical drama Michael. It follows the life of Michael Jackson from child star with the Jackson 5 to becoming one of the biggest entertainers the world has ever seen.
Just have all these ideas in my head. Just gotta get them out.
And do it, Michael.
Michael has become the highest grossing biographical film of all time, making over $1 billion at the box office. It's been a very divisive movie, with critics mostly calling it generic and audiences mostly loving it. It's probably most going to be enjoyed by Michael Jackson fans or people who enjoy other musical dramas like Bohemian Rhapsody and Elvis. It's very much a celebration of his life, so if that sounds like your thing, you'll probably enjoy it too. One of the most recent films to make the list is the historical adventure Young Washington with a 7.5. It's set during the French and Indian War and follows a 20-something George Washington as he faces the early military campaigns, mistakes, and impossible choices that would shape him into the leader he would one day become.
These are not the open battlefields to which you're accustomed.
I have fought in a great many battlefields.
Not in the New World, sir.
Young Washington is more of a historical war drama rather than a traditional biopic. It features large-scale battle sequences and political intrigue, but the real focus is on Washington's growth as a leader. It can be compared to movies like Master and Commander or The Patriot, and should be right up your alley if you're into military history or historical epics. If you're enjoying the countdown so far, make sure to subscribe to CineGold. Every week, I sort through the latest movies to help you find what's actually worth watching, whether it's the year's biggest hits, hidden gems, or the highest rated releases like these. Coming in at number 4 is another Netflix film, the heartfelt drama Remarkably Bright Creatures with a 7.7. It's based on the best-selling novel about a grieving woman who forms an unlikely bond with an intelligent octopus. This is a very uplifting movie that's also got touches of humor and mystery. It's really about grief, loneliness, and the unexpected connections that can change your life. It stars an always solid Sally Field, and it's one of those movies that is meant to leave you with a smile on your face. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. If you enjoy feel-good dramas, Remarkably Bright Creatures is an easy recommendation. Then cracking the top 3, we have the comedy drama film The Invite with a 7.9 IMDb score. It's about a married couple who invite their charismatic upstairs neighbors over for dinner, but what begins as a simple evening quickly turns into a series of uncomfortable conversations. The Invite is an A24 film that's dialogue driven and takes place almost entirely in one apartment. It's got a great cast including Olivia Wilde, Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, and Edward Norton. It's a pretty funny and awkward comedy movie that's really more about relationships and escalating tension. It's actually one of the more surprising films on this list and is a solid watch if you enjoy character-driven films. Then there were 2 movies to score an 8.0 or higher in 2026, and I think both were really entertaining. The first was Obsession with an 8.0, the horror film written and directed by YouTuber Curry Barker. It's about a young man who makes a wish to win the heart of his lifelong crush, only to get that and much more than he bargained for.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Obsession builds tension through a creepy atmosphere and a growing sense that something is very wrong. It's a horror movie that increasingly gets under your skin as it goes and doesn't rely on gore or jump scares like a lot of other horror films. You'll probably enjoy it if you like Smile or Get Out. It's definitely one of the best horror films of 2026 and a must-see if you're a fan of the genre. And the number 1 highest rated movie of 2026 was the big budget sci-fi Project Hail Mary, scoring an 8.2 IMDb score. It's about a lone science teacher who awakens aboard a spaceship with no memory of how he got there, but quickly realizes he's the last hope to save Earth. Project Hail Mary was a book written by Andy Weir, who also wrote The Martian, and it shares a similar vibe. It's very much a hard sci-fi, but it never feels intimidating. It perfectly balances suspense, humor, and heart. It stars a great Ryan Gosling, who encounters one of the most memorable sci-fi characters in years, who I don't want to spoil if you haven't seen it yet. Project Hail Mary is a smart science fiction movie that's optimistic, character-driven, and packed with big ideas, and easily one of the year's must-watch movies. Right now, you can find it on Prime. Which movie has been your favorite of the year so far? And is there a different one you think deserves a spot on this list? Let me know down in the comments. And thanks as always for watching. I will see you again soon.